Good day, colleagues, and thank you for listening to my presentation. My name is Shamila Naidoo, and I am from the discipline of African Languages on the Howard College campus. Today, I am going to be reporting on a study that was conducted with the Basic isiZulu cohort in the first semester of 2021. Basic isiZulu is a compulsory second language module. This study reports on student engagement and satisfaction with online video lectures. From the beginning of the millennium, teaching modality has been in a state of transition. In early 2000, web-based language technologies were developed. These facilitated digital recording of face-to-face lectures, which students could access asynchronously. Shrinking budgets and massification of higher education contributed to the introduction of web-based lecture technologies. Fast forward to 2020, and the arrival of COVID-19 altered the web-based lecture technologies scene. Many universities cancelled face-to-face lectures and transitioned to the fully online modality. A second language module like Basic isiZulu, which uses the communicative language teaching method, is reliant on face-to-face interaction to achieve learning goals, making the transition to fully online particularly challenging. For Basic isiZulu, we developed 7 video lectures, adhering to the principles of instructional design theory. It was an attempt to sustain active learning and asynchronous engagement. For a rookie online module like Basic isiZulu, data on student engagement with online video lectures is critical to the development and modification of the online offering. Therefore, this study was conducted in the first semester of 2021 with the intention of gaining some insight into engagement and satisfaction with online video lectures. The data comes from 2 sources: the Moodle Learning Analytics and a student survey. Although the development of online video lectures is very trendy nowadays, research has been ongoing for more than a decade. And you can see on your slide some references. Some research documents excellent engagement with online video lectures, and others report the exact opposite. Allow me to highlight a few salient points. In terms of viewing patterns, Hildebrand and Ahn report a steady decrease in viewing as the semester progresses. However, pre-exam viewing increases. The Kuznikov study reports that only 34% of students watched the full video. 40% viewed a portion of the video, and 25% viewed the page for longer than the actual video. Viewership statistics clearly remain a complex issue. Research on levels of student satisfaction is more clear-cut, with online video lectures creating high levels of satisfaction. Draus et al. Report that not only were students satisfied with the availability of videos, overall course satisfaction was impacted by the availability of these videos. So let me move on to talking about the methodology in this study. This whole process began with the creation of the online video lecture. This was informed by the instructional design principles of O et al. Learning analytics and survey data was used to inform on the use of online video lectures. The instructional design principles of O et al. Are shown on this slide. There are 3 components in the Venn diagram. These are methods, presentation, and sequence. 4 instructional methods are identified, none of which were used in the Basic isiZulu videos. Instead, we used the traditional teacher-centered method with the lecturer presenting explanations of concepts. However, we used both presentation principles. The lecturer created the social presence associated with the personalization principle, and the use of PowerPoint slides constitutes the digital presence associated with the multimedia principle. The third component of the Venn is sequence, and this slide explains the sequencing of the video at the micro level. Each video is properly contextualized. There is always an accompanying handout. Links to other sections are recapped and new work is then introduced. When new work is introduced, appropriate examples are used to explain concepts. As I mentioned, there is a handout. Students can hit the pause button, complete sections of the handout, and check their answers as the lecturer for each exercise provides feedback. Very much like a face-to-face lecture where the lecturer says, any problems, anything that you don't understand, ask now. At the end of the video, the lecturer preempts and addresses problems that we anticipate students will have. So we've dealt with theoretical aspects of the online video lectures. Let us now proceed to the results from the learning analytics. This slide illustrates the percentage of students from the cohort that viewed each online video lecture. These percentages are low. Less than half the class viewed each video. The low viewership finds correlation with the results from several studies. On the next slide, you will observe the progressive decline in viewership. I mentioned Hildebrand and Ahn earlier, and this slide affirms their finding. Our obvious concern are the reasons for students not engaging with the online video lectures. From the survey data, we determined that the two predominant reasons are time challenges and the use of the manual and other Moodle activities to facilitate learning. The latter reason resonates with the results from a study by Scagnoli et al. They found that 60% of the students who did not watch all videos felt that it was not necessary for assignment and learning purposes. Therefore, Scagnoli et al. Emphasized that video lectures should not duplicate other resources. The online video lectures in the Basic isiZulu module coexist with adequate resources. 6 of the 7 videos constitute individual units in the prescribed manual where comprehensive explanations are provided. Additionally, online quiz activities with feedback are available. The inference is that these resources obviate the need to engage with the videos. Proceeding with the identification of what students like about online video lectures, the pause and repeatability of the online video lecture ranks high as a perceived benefit. 86% like the ability to repeatedly hear the explanation, 82% like to view the video again, and 71% like the pause, work through exercise, and obtain feedback option. As with other studies, there was overall satisfaction with online video lectures. 75.4% of the respondents indicated they were satisfied with the module. Over 90% indicated that the availability of online video lectures contributed to their overall satisfaction. This correlates with the study by Draus et al. Additionally, 81.2% believe that the online video lectures assisted in obtaining a good grade. As with any research study, there is always room for improvement. The 2 instruments used in this study, survey and the Moodle Learning Analytics, come with limitations. I was very mindful that students are suffering from survey and questionnaire fatigue. Therefore, I kept the survey very focused. It is likely that the inclusion of more probing questions or a qualitative study would have been informative. In this study, 2 aspects of online video lectures were investigated: engagement and satisfaction. In terms of engagement, 35% of the Basic isiZulu cohort viewed the online video lectures. To some degree, the low engagement level has been clarified. Students have adequate support in the form of the course manual, formative activities, and Zoom sessions. The encouraging aspect is that 84.2% of the cohort would like to see a proliferation of video lectures across all modules, and 89.4% acknowledge that online video lectures have a crucial role in online learning. The stats on levels of satisfaction are clear. Students are happy. Our next step should be converting that positive attitude into positive engagement with online video lectures. It is a case of back to the drawing board for the Basic isiZulu module. Develop and implement strategies to promote greater engagement with online video lectures.